Welcome to Category 5 Technology TV. This is episode number 486 for Wednesday, the 11th of January, 2017. So nice to see you. Tonight we've got an exciting show for you. We actually have a ton of stuff to get through. We're going to see if we can pull it off in just an hour and 45 minutes. No, we're going to do it in 60 minutes, folks. We are going to learn how to swap our faces. I'm going to put this face on this. And this face on this. Stick around. It's so much fun. The kids love it. It is a riot. It's called Face Swap Live. We're going to be doing it. Also, we're going to learn how to reduce the file size of PNG images by up to 80%. If you're a web developer, you'll want to know how that's done. We're going to jump back into our 20 weeks of GIMP tips tonight with part 15, and we're going to learn all about a stock image site that lets you use their images absolutely free for both personal and commercial use.
Free is what we love.
Stick around, folks. Hey, Sasha.
Hello.
What do you got for us tonight?
Well, here's what's coming up in the Category5.tv newsroom. A Linux variant of a very destructive piece of malware has been discovered. Official Lego robotics are now a reality. Amazon Echo has been ordering things discussed on TV shows without the user's consent. And Google is shutting down Hangouts API. Stick around, the full details are coming up later in the show.
This is Category 5 Technology TV.
Welcome to the show. My name is Robbie Ferguson, and would you help me welcome tonight Sasha to my right, your left. And joining us again tonight is Henry Baillie Brown, the first time that you've been on the co-host desk.
It's beautiful here. I love it. It's beautiful. It's really spacious.
Things have changed since the last time you were here.
I know. Before I was sitting, but now I feel more elevated. So thank you very much, guys.
I thought he was going to say, but now I am standing.
It's so
true.
That's true, though. That's very true.
Henry has been a guest on our show a couple of times. We've talked about drones a fair bit, and then you actually became a co-host on the Drone Zone, which is another show from Category 5 TV Network. So you can find that at category5.tv and just look for the Drone Zone, and you'll see Henry there. But we're welcoming him here tonight to Category 5 Technology TV. So thanks for showing up, and
thanks for having me
tonight. This is going to be a lot of fun.
We also have Jeff Weston.
Oh, Jeff Weston. Jeff, what are you up to? Oh, come on now. You're just showing off.
I'm jealous.
Oh it's so nice in Canada.
Are we going to actually hear from Jeff tonight? I don't really know. But we'll throw it over to him a couple of times just to see if he has anything to say.
Awesome.
As I was mentioning, we've got a really packed up show tonight. A little bit of house cleaning off the top. First of all, if you're new here at Category 5 Technology TV, one of the things that you'll occasionally see us do is talk a little bit about finances. And I wanted to just right off the get-go for tonight's show, just let you know, if you're new here, the reason that we do that, we are volunteers here at Category 5 TV. We pay the rent, we pay for the internet connection, we make sure that everything is up and running for you to enjoy the show, we make sure that it's up on our website and that you've got access to the past 486 weeks of video, and it costs money. So we're upfront with you about that so that you know that these things are going on. And certainly if you contribute to the show already, I like to be accountable. I like you to know where your money's being spent. We had a very unexpected bill come up this week. I got an email on Monday. Mm-hmm. You know that our show is a weekly show, so our studio is closed most of the time. We're not a full-time business or anything like that. We don't have a receptionist sitting up front waiting for packages to arrive, but we get a lot of shipments. So we pay to have a receiving company receive shipments on our behalf. Mm-hmm. So every time a company sends us stuff to review or whatever it is, it has to be received. So that goes to our receiving company. And on Monday, I got an email from them that said, unfortunately, over the holidays, they were unable to effectively renew their lease with their landlord, and so they were shutting down their business. So unfortunately, that's the case. So in order to now redirect all of our packages, I had to set up a new receiving company, and that was $250. Just like that. Just like that. Unexpectedly on Monday.
Right. So is that where people would be sending their mail at this point?
That's where fan mail goes. If you look at our website, category5.tv, down in the footer, you see our address there. It has been updated to the new address. Predominantly, it's where companies send product. Anytime we do reviews.
And review shows are the best.
And
So-
it's our lifeblood, to be honest, because when we conduct a review, we love to learn about the products, but we also love to show you these products. And then if you happen to buy them through us, it supports the show in a really cool way. And so that's, it's important that we're able to receive those, obviously. So,
Right.
but
Patreon also is another way.
Patreon is an amazing way that people support Category 5 TV. And speaking of Patreon, we have a birthday that we're celebrating kind of today.
Today. It's
Robert
yesterday.
Manietta, hey, buddy. Well, it's our today. Robert, today is the 11th here at Category 5
So
TV Studios.
today is your birthday. So you actually get
So
2
happy
days
birthday
of
to you.
celebrating
That's
because
ideal.
you watch the show.
He thinks that we're late because it's actually because time zones.
Right.
It happens to be his yesterday.
So we're
Right.
time traveling right now.
We are back in time. It's Robert Manietta's birthday. Happy birthday,
Happy
sir.
birthday.
Now, we promised to send a card to Robert, and it may not have arrived yet, but I wanted to let you know, my friend, that we did get together this weekend, and there's Jeff on the left, there's Mangle Fox 70, myself holding the very card that we sent, and Sasha Dermatis. So that is in the mail en route to you. It has a return address. Don't reply to that return address because it just changed.
You should have sent it by drone. It would be there by
Send
now.
it by drone. Halfway across the world.
Yeah, I could be there.
Cool stuff. Well, hey, happy birthday, my friend, and thank you for supporting Category 5 TV. One of the greatest ways that you can support us is actually by monetary donations. So, and that's just with Patreon, what I love about it is it's easy for you to administer because you can say, hey, I want to give $1 per episode of Category 5 TV. Love this show. Let's give $1 an episode. It's easy for you to understand that we do one a week. So you know it's going to be $1 a week.
Right. And the good thing about that is that it doesn't come out every week out of your account. You
That's right.
set it up and then just once a month. So it's not like
So it'll be
dinging you with
$4 or $5.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't ding you with transactions. It happens really easily out of my account. I
Thank you for supporting the show,
I
Sasha.
expect a birthday card.
I'm going to wish you a happy
There
birthday
you
on your
go.
birthday. Yeah, we'll just sign it right here and hand it to you. We'll get you to sign it for you as well. But so that's the one end of it. It's really easy for you to administer Patreon. For us, it's nice to have this reliable, we'll call it an income. We don't take a cut for ourselves, but just to know that there's X number of dollars coming each and every month. And that is a really great way for us to ensure that the bills are paid. And it helps us a lot. You can head on over to patreon.com/category5 to learn more. We have kind of revamped our studio space here, and we're doing this on the cheap too. I mean, I picked up these tables. I painted them myself. I think they look great.
They look awesome.
I think they're cool.
Still need to do wax on, wax off, though.
Is that what I need to do?
Yeah, I need to make it nice and shiny.
You can do that? No, I went with a matte finish so that it wouldn't reflect the lights.
Yeah, but then it's like special effects, though.
Oh, right. See the
Lasers.
glare.
to give you that youthful glow from below.
I actually tilted up the monitor a little bit this week because of the glare. Because I have
Right.
so much glare. You probably noticed if you look at my forehead. That's just how it is. So we petition you, our viewers, to let us know, hey, what are your ideas with our new set? What do you think would be great? What do you like and dislike about our new layout? I like the freedom of being able to look around and interact with you.
I
guys.
like that I'm here for the
Yeah,
whole show.
you're on
That's
the
an
whole show.
important part
Yes,
for me.
absolutely.
I feel like I can just speak whenever I want.
Yes.
So we did get some feedback about the new set.
Oh, we did?
We did
All
already.
positive, I'm sure.
Some positive.
We
for
do
sure.
appreciate constructive criticism. What do we got?
Well, FH Tommy is
Hey,
not
FH Tommy.
is not enjoying the standing. You don't have to be doing the standing.
Oh, yeah,
FH
you can
Tommy.
sit.
You sit.
You can sit. Be comfortable, man. Sit down
we
in the
understand
recliner.
1 hour of standing is
Yeah.
Nice.
too much bobbing back and forth, hands
Oh.
in the pockets. Please find some chairs. Please find some chairs.
I was the
and be
one doing the hands in the
comfortable.
pocket thing.
Oh, was that you?
That was me being comfy casual
Oh, don't
Comfy
do that.
and yet
though.
awkward.
Yeah. I guess no more pockets.
We have to get used to this just as well as you.
Now, I like the new set and the inclusion of Sasha with Robbie and Jeff. I second that. I missed the Dalek. Dalek?
Dalek.
Dalek.
Dalek?
The Dalek.
Dalek?
You missed the Dalek.
Dalek. What's the Dalek? Uh-oh.
Whoa.
I'm gonna... Uh-oh.
Oh, geez, he's taking the mic off.
Uh-oh. Okay, so I feel like I probably should have looked at the comments and then Googled this myself before.
What's the Dalek? What's the Dalek? She says.
What? Uh-oh.
Yeah, for the viewers,
Oh!
you guys have to name it. Do you have a name for it yet?
Exterminate.
No, you got to give it a name. Come on.
I love it. Okay. I'm sorry that I did not
Does that help at all? Does that help at all? Yeah, that's you just that.
You have a new friend
Sorry,
over there,
my
Sasha?
darlings. It's taller than me.
There you have it, FH Tommy. The Dalek is back.
There we go.
And we can move him around. He can move around our new set. There you go. Okay, Andy17022 says, "Hey guys, can I give a few words of advice about your new set after noticing a few things?" Well, absolutely. And he goes on. Like FH Tommy, I'm not a big fan of the standing either. It somehow gives the show a kind of on edge, uneasy feeling. What do you think, folks viewing at home? What I do, this is Andy, says I would turn the desk around 180 degrees so that the camera sees it as a semicircle this way with natural line of sight, unlike last week where I was turning around and everyone else was looking at the back of my head.
Right.
Okay, this is Andy's comment here. Suggests also that we get a couple of cheap 1080p cameras so that we can choose from any of those shots, kind of zoomed in on each of us, individual shots on the presenters. This would do away with that digital zooming. That is this guy.
Da-da-da.
It's great, but what I would prefer, to be honest with you there, Andy, is a 4K camera.
Oh, yeah.
So that when we do digital zooming, we have better quality. A cheap 1080p camera, like these are what I would consider the cheapest 1080p solution, which is a DSLR, Nikon D50-100s. I picked these up used for about $400 for a body.
It's pretty good, though.
That's good, but to get more of them means more, you might consider the cost of a 4K camera at the same time. We don't have the money in the bank to do something like that.
Unless if you all go to Patreon.
There is that.
Or
We've
just
got some incentive for you as
buy
well.
one for us, but using our affiliate links.
Oh, yes.
But
Yeah.
then use our affiliate
Double
links,
whammy.
and
Double
then
There you
whammy.
go.
See?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And what we're doing here is we're gauging for your opinions. We want to know, what do you think? You'll notice that we have a lot of wires all over the desk here tonight, and last week as well. The reason for that is I have not drilled the holes.
So
Right.
far.
Because at this point, we are wanting to hear from you, your feedback as to, should this be turned the other way?
I think so. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Now that you
maybe.
visualize it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That'd be
I
interesting.
like the idea. Then we're kind of more...
Although, I don't know if you can see, but there are poles in the middle here.
Right.
So nobody could sit in the middle. We would all be offset. Just
Right.
because of
Yeah.
but we could experiment. What are your thoughts? We're going to come back to that. We've got a poll for you. Okay, goes on to say, finally, I'd say paint the back wall, then green. Then you can overlay whatever you like a green screen, a nice Category 5 logo, then switch to a different background for Sasha's news segment. No need to spend any cash on a plasma screen on the wall. Then, like you were talking about, like I said on Season 10 special, it's amazing how close it's possible to get to pro standards these days. You've already done great things with Studio D. Keep up the excellent work. Oh, and say hi to Erica for me. That comes from Andy. Thank you very, very much for the feedback. What do you folks think? One of the things that you can do is head on over to YouTube, find these comments. Those are all from episode number 485, and give a big thumbs up to the ones you like, a thumbs down to the ones you don't. Andy, FH Tommy, don't mind if people give you the thumbs down. That's just them saying that they don't agree with that particular comment, but definitely a thumbs up if you do. Dooley says, hello and Happy New Year. Do you want to take this one?
Yeah, first off, you have to lose the clock behind Sasha. It's very unbalanced.
Okay, that's easy to do.
That's easy to
All
do.
right,
Let's
thanks,
do that.
Dooley.
Yeah.
Let's do that. I actually completely agree with that. So I agree that all three do not need to be in the shot at once. That makes sense. We'll do a little bit more camera switching, like possibly a split screen with two main people in the conversation. That would leave me to do some chat rooming. And what about instead of a slightly slow transition from one cam to another, possibly automatically switched by audio, saving trying to keep up? Or, that would be super cool.
That's interesting.
So when
It's like
I
a fade.
speak, when I speak, the camera
I think
automatically
somebody's
goes
been
to-
seeing Google Hangouts on air and thinks that's something that's possible. Wouldn't that be neat?
That would be neat.
What it is that as with Google Hangouts on air, if there's, because they're all connected from their own computer. So you're at home, Henry, and you've got your webcam and your microphone. I'm at home and I've got my webcam and my microphone.
Yeah, okay.
So as soon as I start talking, Google Hangouts on air will change to my shot.
Oh, okay.
But
So
then
it
when you-
switches between the two. Oh,
The two presenters.
Very
so then
smart.
when you start talking, it knows that that's you, and so it switches over to you automatically.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be neat if that was a possibility in a studio environment? Unfortunately, now I'm sure there are folks who could say, hey, intercept this XLR cable, create a breakout box, have each of the three go in and have some kind of a relay system set up.
Yeah.
Right.
Or you could get
I
a
think
pie.
that-
You could just get a pie.
You don't
and,
even
like,
need a
program
pie. Because if we had all three XLRs going in,
it. Yeah.
we'd have to have phantom power because it would need to be able to read the levels and know that I'm speaking.
Yeah.
And as I speak, it trips a 5-volt relay. The 5-volt relay is going to trigger a key on a mock software keyboard, and the software keyboard is connected to Wirecast as each shot.
I love it when you have
Right.
ideas.
It could be done.
Right. They have it with Skype for Business, says Alpine.
They do, eh? Okay, but
Yeah.
same thing where they've got to be, it's the multiple locations. It's never when
Right.
you're all standing at the same desk.
But you can
Yeah.
make this happen, I bet.
I couldn't, at my current level of knowledge. Tonight, Henry is going to be showing us some of the things that he's been experimenting with a Raspberry
It's
Pi.
top secret.
And
top
maybe the
secret
Pi
stuff.
makes it easier. Maybe
You know
somehow.
what? We will totally talk about that later.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm just really excited for that segment. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay,
It's going to be.
We're
really
going to get
fun.
into it. If you have ideas or if you have the know-how to take 3 XLR cables, listen for them, and it has to be absolutely silent. We can't be introducing any kind of line noise or anything.
Yeah.
If I start talking, the relay trips and it hits the number 2. And if Sasha starts talking, it trips and it hits the number 1. And so then I can set Wirecast to actually have those set up as shots. Maybe Jeff Weston has something to say about that. Jeff, what do you think about that idea? He's just not giving us what we need tonight.
I think that's a good idea, though. Just
I
general
think it could
beach
be
is a
done.
good idea.
Now, what happens if 2 people speak at the same time? Sparkly Balls wants to know.
Then zoom to
Split.
the wide shot.
Wide shot. Perfect.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That
That's
would
very
be
good.
so
Very
amazing.
smart.
So in our minds, it exists.
Right. Dooley says that another idea is to put you at the top screen and then split screen the bottom.
Like
with
the Brady Bunch?
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
Yes.
And then you could just as one person gets, louder, they get bigger. I don't know.
That can happen.
I don't know about that
A
one.
very trippy show.
But if you agree with that, you can comment there. Dooley, thank you for the comments. Any more from Dooley there?
Perfect. Well, there's, Dooley agrees.
agrees, yeah,
Agrees
rotate
a
the
lot
table.
with the green screen wall. And
Okay.
rotating the table is absolutely, everybody agrees with that.
Okay.
Sitting on stools was a thing,
So we'd have to buy stools.
which we're not going to do. I will say I stand for a living. And
I like the idea of
and I
standing
love it.
after all these years.
Well, it's
I love it.
nice.
So
Just-
if we can make it work.
it's like yoga. You just gotta
can make this happen.
relax.
It gives us so much freedom because we have this whole desk, and you're going to see tonight as we work on the Pi. And last week we were just it was a mad rush to get all the computers running. Let alone I still didn't have my computer set up, the laptop, so that it could connect. So these are things that we're working on, and so if you can look forward to the future and figure out how this is going to be, suggest how things could work. But keep in mind that what you see right now is going to be tweaked, and we're going to improve it as we go.
Yeah.
So there's a poll. There's a YouTube poll.
Yeah, if you actually would like to vote on your favorite suggestion tonight, just click on this poll up here. Kind of feel like I'm poll. Okay, so click on the poll. If you're not watching on YouTube, hey, head on over to our YouTube channel, look for episode number 486, and then click that icon, and you'll be able to vote in our poll. Or, of course, if you don't use that, you can comment below, or dislike the comments that are already there. Okay. So let's move on to the show. Not to take too much time on that, but it had to be, I want to get your opinions, everybody.
That's some housekeeping, right?
Should we get straight into the pie, and then we can... You're excited about this.
Depends what kind of pie.
I know, I'm like
Like
why
raspberry,
raspberry
apple.
pie?
Why
like
does
apple.
it never happen that we never ever think to bring a pie and just do like a pie special and then
We actually should.
have a pie?
Just sit around our desk.
And-
We'll turn it 180, and we'll sit around eating pie.
I think that would be
Sasha,
a very
the
good
master,
idea.
the master of the non-tech ideas. I'm like, how about we just have a show where we eat and chat?
Dennis Kelly has an interesting idea, thinking about the table and our look, our view and everything.
Hi.
Why not bring back a camera guy?
That's a great idea too.
Exactly.
So, and that falls into, Dennis, I like the idea, but what that falls into is really just finding a volunteer, again,
Right.
who's willing to stand for 2 hours. That's it, and can do that. But I do like the look of a manually run camera. It's just so much better than anything else. Yeah. And that cuts out, do we pay them so that they can do, we can't pay people, but
volunteer
the cost
hours.
of a camera. Volunteer hours, yeah. So if you know somebody, that's a good idea. So we'll add that to the poll as well. Or if you're watching this after the fact, it's already there.
My gosh.
Neat. Okay. Well, you've brought your Raspberry Pi.
Yes, I have.
We have shown Raspberry Pi builds on the show in the past.
Okay, so
So our viewers are reasonably familiar with the
Okay,
Pi.
good,
Some of
that's
them have
good.
even gone out and bought one. We sell them through our website, cat5.tv/pi.
Awesome.
You've got yours. Tell us about it.
You know what? Yes, I brought my baby here today, guys, and I'm really excited to show you because it's the new Raspberry Pi, the third version out, so like the new 3.0.
The Raspberry Pi 3.
It's my baby right now, guys. I got it for Christmas. I came with a kit, and of course, like Robbie just said, you can go online to their store, and you can look at what they have online there.
So did you get like this breadboard and everything?
Yeah, you know what? I got exactly this, and it's really cool because obviously now it has a 4-core processor,
Yeah.
which is absolutely fantastic.
Gig
It
of
has
RAM.
Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and of course it comes with its own operating system too. Like it has Raspbian installed, which is kind of like a Linux version smushed
Yeah,
together
it's based
into
on
a Pi.
Debian,
Yeah, okay.
which is Linux. Yeah. So
Yeah, and you know what? I've had so much fun, and the best part is that it's made for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a 6-year-old just getting into computers wanting to have fun, or if you're a Robbie who knows his way around computers.
but you know what?
Yeah.
I am that Robbie.
You what?
I am that
I thought you were
Robbie.
Bobby. No,
However,
yes.
this to me introduces new skills, new hobbies, new experimentation and fun.
Oh, yeah.
I've mentioned that on the show, we're trying to get more into hands-on. Let's learn to do this. Let's actually build this and do this.
Exactly.
That's what the Pi represents to me, is the ability to very cheaply be able to start tinkering and start learning electronics, start learning some of these really, really neat things that you can do.
Exactly. And the really, really amazing part about a Pi is that A, they're inexpensive, but as well as the more important part, you said right there, hands-on.
Yeah.
You can actually build things. You can actually do your own projects, and there's pretty much unlimited potential. Like you could get like an LCD screen with it.
Sure.
You could get
Touch
extra
screens
RAM.
and turn it into a little
You could do anything with these things, And the cool thing is that you can also work on the programming side too, because it comes preloaded nowadays with all this amazing free software from all skill levels. So obviously, like you have Python, you have JavaScript, things like that, but you also have other smaller free programs that can start like
These are like coding languages that
Exactly.
you can work on the Pi.
yeah,
Because
and
it is Linux.
Exactly.
But it has these what are called GPIO headers. And what they do is they allow you to connect, and I see you've got
Yeah,
some
here,
stuff
I'll help
connected.
you.
So those connectors there, it looks like an old IDE kind of thing.
Yep.
What capabilities does that give us, Henry?
Unlimited power. No, that'd be really
Nice.
cool. No, but it really does give us so much potential though, because we're able to plug in switches, lights,
Yeah.
all these other amazing things, and with that, you can do the most simple projects. For example, I made like a little stoplight there. It's not working
Oh, is that
100%
what this
right
is?
now. Yeah, you push a switch.
Okay, here, let me get in here. Can you tell us a little bit about this particular build? So you're pulling more than just power here.
Yeah, so how it works is that generally right now, you see 3 LEDs. So you have your red, your yellow, and of course, green. And then, of
Green
course, we
means
have a
go.
switch over here.
Okay.
So it's not working quite right now, but when you push the switch, it's supposed to switch in between.
And why is it not? Is this...
I accidentally forgot a resistor at home.
I forgot.
So, but yeah. So
I want to get to that point where I just have resistors in my pocket and I can just hand one to you.
You should, because that would be so much fun. It'll be like, hey, Robbie's here to save the day.
This looks like a lot of fun. How much technical knowledge? Like one of the things, like I don't really get I don't have my head around resistors yet.
Yeah,
like,
honestly,
I can understand relays, and I've built a nice little relay system, which we're going to be looking at on a future episode.
Hey, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, but resistors and things like that, like how much knowledge do you have to have in order to start building?
Literally not at all. Like literally, this is my first time really building from scratch like this.
Okay.
And that's the really amazing part is that there's two categories. Of course, the internet, it's a wonderful place. A lot of free knowledge out there. Watch Category 5 because they talk about Pi a lot.
I'm thinking that we're going to have a lot more features like that.
Just kidding. No, but it's, again, you can get packages online. Again, look through your store because there's so many amazing resources. Like, for example, mine came with a little book that gave you example projects and it shows you step by step how to actually build it, and it explains everything, right?
Cool. So
if we can actually like show them the actual like Python program that's running this right now, they would actually be able to see the code.
So there's actually a program that's running this stoplight?
Yeah, there's an actual code written in Python that's running that stoplight.
Can we
now.
see how that works? Or
yes, we can.
Okay.
We actually have it ready on the Pi.
Nice.
So as you can see, guys, this is the desktop of my Pi, which is absolutely amazing. I love it. There you go.
It's very low resolution, like it's built for the little touch screen or something like that.
Well, that's a cool thing though, is that it's still very adaptable, right? And the amount of power that you have in it can be overkill, but the thing is that you can literally do anything. You can make like a little Wi-Fi router. You can make a media server off this.
Yeah, we've done a Plex media server.
Hey, there you go.
You can do a search on our website, category5.tv, do a search for Raspberry Pi and see all the things that we've done.
Oh, yeah.
But so I see a lot of script there. So this runs that traffic light? Is this... Well, look at that. LED on, off.
Yeah.
So we've got the GPIO, those pin designations?
Yep. And then
nice.
And that's the really amazing thing about the education when it comes to Pi is that you have something that is really simple, but you have all these amazing online projects that it breaks you down step by step.
Okay.
Right? And you're able to go through that. And there's so many great online resources. Heck, even on Reddit, you just search Raspberry Pi.
And is that it? You just kind of do a search for, hey, some beginner projects for Raspberry Pi? Or is there a particular resource that we should be looking at? Or?
There's quite a few. So there's obviously books. Check your library, things like that.
Really? They have Raspberry Pi project books at the public libraries?
A lot of libraries that are keeping up with the times are really amazing how they have so many amazing resources for kids nowadays. And especially for adults. You know what?
Kids and kids at heart.
Inside us, you know.
It's funny because some of the things that I got for Christmas, because I'm trying to learn these kinds of things, electronics and how it actually works, really at its core.
Exactly.
Say for ages 6 and up, or ages 8 and up, and it's like, you know, if we don't have that knowledge, no, it's for me.
Well, it's crazy though because
it's a funny thing.
You look at kids nowadays though, and you see a 4-year-old who knows more about an iPhone than a lot of other people out there, right?
But take it apart, they don't know necessarily what makes it
this
tick.
Thing's flashy. This thing's and again, this is where a project like this can come in handy. Right. Literally, you use your hands, right? So I think it's a great education tool, and I mean, like, I'm so excited for the next decade. I'm a huge optimist.
Yeah, and when we talk about education, we're not just talking about schools. Like, I could see doing these kinds of projects with my kids.
Exactly.
And really see it. And with the breadboard, what's cool about that too is that you're not permanently soldering this thing together. This is something that, you know, you're able to pull it apart and build the next one.
Exactly. You can do a project. You want to try it all over again. Okay, just rip it apart and start over.
Cool.
And that's the cool thing is that, again, you can make sure it works before you solder everything and you can't take it apart anymore,
okay.
Right?
And then you could
some
build
money.
a PCB. So where do you get the parts? I mean, you can get them through our affiliate link, our partner link for Amazon.
Yeah, exactly.
Here in Barrie, Ontario, we are absolutely blessed to have a store called Sayal. And Sayal is like the Radio Shack of old. Like, you go in and it is row after row of resistors and relays and everything else. It is paradise for a tinkerer. But where would you buy parts? Is that what you do here?
Yeah, you know what? A lot of local tech stores have amazing parts.
Yeah.
I also look at, like I said before, a lot of kits because, again, they might have things catered towards. So, like, example, there might be like 7 different projects. Like, I heard somebody in the chat, not heard, talking about like the magic mirror idea. How we've seen those projects where they take the mirror. Thank you very much for mentioning that, by the way. How you take a mirror and then you make it a smart mirror. So it's like it gives you the time, the weather, things like that. And I'm pretty sure there should be kits out there that can. I'm surprised if there weren't. If there aren't kits out there, somebody make a kit because that would sell very fast.
Sure. Might be fun to actually. That's the plan. That's how
that's a hint.
Yeah, head on over to our website, category5.tv, and you can actually click on support us and then our partner links. Through our partner links, Amazon is a great resource for these kinds of little
really
trinkets and things.
They have so many kits.
And kits. Like, do a search for kits for Raspberry Pi. It's amazing. But also, if you want to buy a Pi, if you haven't got yours yet, cat5.tv/Pi. We've got a lot of accessories. We've got the kits themselves to get you started. And then as we evolve these kinds of projects on the show, you'll be able to follow along with those kits as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for bringing that in, Henry. And
thanks for having it.
That's a lot of fun. Very cool. Yeah. This is Category 5 Technology TV, and you can find our website at www.category5.tv. Nice to see the chat room, and lots of people having fun with the Pi, and that's actually one of our top sellers over the past few weeks was the Raspberry Pi.
People are using their Pi for a ton of different things.
What are you using yours for?
Well, I'm using mine as a retro Pi.
Pi.
Yeah.
Retro gaming. Complete. It's got Bluetooth built in.
Respect right here.
So awesome. It works with your wireless PS3 controllers.
That's amazing.
Through Bluetooth.
But then
Beautiful.
Senior Wences was saying that he uses his as a digital picture frame.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So then I think I'm going to do that for my wedding. So between now and September, I'm going to buy a Pi, and then I'm going to
build something like that?
And I'm going to build something like that, and then I wonder if there's a way I can even like have it so that it loads pictures even as the day goes on.
Well,
through
So, Henry was showing us the operating system here, and to realize that it is in all essence is Linux, you could just throw a whole bunch of JPEGs on there. And put them into a slideshow for sure. And I had mentioned that it's low resolution on the screen there.
Oh yeah,
but keep in mind it's 1080p output. Yeah, it's up to.
Oh yeah, it's a great product like that, and that's a really cool thing too. Is that, like you just said right there, I saw a chat, but I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, Lego. You can also do a lot of really cool, interesting things with Lego.
That is happening.
But you can also, and it's not just Python and stuff too. If you're more into advanced stuff as well, like JavaScript and stuff, it works with that too.
Sweet.
So use your imagination.
Very cool.
There you go.
And speaking of robotic Lego, Sasha, you've got a story coming up. I'm going to throw it over to the newsroom, and when we come back, we've got a lot to cover tonight, and we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to be swapping our faces. We are going to be reducing the size of ping files, and we're going to jump into the GIMP and look at free for commercial use stock imagery. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. Wow. Sasha, over to you.
Here are the stories we're covering this week in the Category5.tv newsroom. A Linux variant of a very destructive piece of malware has been discovered. Official Lego robotics are now a reality. Amazon Echo has been ordering things discussed on TV shows without the user's consent. And Google is shutting down Hangouts API. These stories are coming right up. Don't go anywhere.
Now here's another great way you can support the shows you love from the Category5.tv network by shopping at GearBest.
That's right, Jeff. cat5.tv/GearBest. It's an online store for the geek streak in you.
Or the loved ones.
Well, of course. I mean, especially your loved ones, right? Because cat5.tv/GearBest, quite frankly, has all of the greatest tech gifts that you could ever hope for at rock-bottom prices.
Do they have cell phones?
You betcha. Cat5.tv/GearBest has a wide assortment of unlocked Android cell phones and tablets.
What about consumer electronics? Those make a great gift.
Absolutely. From high-tech watches to action cameras, headphones, even virtual reality headsets. Cat5.tv/GearBest has you covered. They literally have it all, Jeff. Literally.
Really?
It's like a superstore right from the comfort of your own chair at your computer through the interweb.
Yeah, there's no way they have it all.
It's true.
It's just a bunch of random electronics.
Test me.
What about clothes?
Yep. Both men and women, fashionable apparel at rock bottom super duper prices.
Kind of like this.
Well, look at this coat. What do you think? It's a slimming mock leather jacket.
I love it.
It's available for less than $30 plus free shipping at cat5.tv/gearbest.
Yeah, all right. You kind of got me there.
Wow. Any other questions for me, Jeff?
Now that the winter has passed, flying season. Do they have any good deals on, say, drone copters?
Oh my goodness! Well, check this out. Dude, they have everything. Check out over 500 various drones. And not only that, they're available marked down by about 30 to up to 63% off the regular price.
Love it. What's the website again?
Well, you're going to find GearBest on our partners pages for any of your favorite Category 5 TV shows like New Every Day, Category 5 Technology TV, The Pixel Shadow. But of course, if you want to shop absolutely right now and you want to go straight to the site, all you have to do is visit cat5.tv/GearBest.
See, that's easy. cat5.tv/GearBest.
That's right. Happy shopping.
I'm Sasha Dermatis, and here are the top stories for the week of January 18th, 2017. ESET researchers have discovered a Linux variant of the Kill Disk malware that was used in Ukraine in attacks against the country's critical infrastructure in late 2015 and a number of targets within its financial sector in December 2016. This new variant renders Linux machines unbootable after encrypting files and requesting a large ransom. But even if victims do reach deep into their pockets, the probability that the attackers will decrypt the files is small. Kill Disk attack campaigns continued throughout December, aimed at several targets in the sea transportation sector in the Ukraine. The attack toolset has evolved as well. While the December 6th Kill Disk variants were quite artistic and displayed a screen referring to the popular Mr. Robot show on television, recent variants add a more sinister feature, file encrypting ransomware. The ransom message begins with a provocative "we are so sorry" and demands that the victim pay an exceptionally high ransom for the return of the encrypted files, 222 Bitcoin, which is between about 200,000 and 250,000 US. That is steep. I'm wondering if it's Canadian because they start with "we are so sorry."
The hackers, we figured it out. The hackers are Canadian.
They're Canadian.
Wow.
These recent ransomware Kill Disk variants are not only able to target Windows systems, but also Linux machines, which is certainly something we don't see every day. This may include not only Linux workstations, but also servers, amplifying the damage potential. In both Windows and Linux variants, the ransom message is exactly the same, including the ransom amount, 222 Bitcoin, the Bitcoin address, and content email, showing that the two variants come from the same source. Kill Disk is a Trojan. It does not spread automatically using its own means. It requires user intervention in order to reach the affected computer. The means of transmission used include, among others, flash drives, optical media like CD or DVD discs, email messages with attached files, internet downloads, FTP, IRC channels, peer-to-peer file sharing networks, and so on, which really just brings to mind safe practice in computers, right?
Practice safe interneting, folks. Yeah, and it comes down, this is why phishing scams are so incredibly popular, because they trick people into providing access to a computer or, things like that.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where they get in.
Truth be told, if your computer is shut down with a ransomware message for 222 Bitcoin, which is mind-blowing in its amount, I can't even imagine, you're just done. You're done. Nobody has that.
If you're a business, like a big business.
If you're Richard Branson, you'd have that.
Right.
But at the same time, I think you'd have antivirus or something that could look after that.
Right. Not that I want to give them ideas or anything, but I feel like if they had just said like 2 Bitcoin, then people would
That's
actually
still
pay
a lot
it.
of money.
Oh, yeah, I guess
Oh
so.
my goodness, yeah.
0.5 bitcoins. Can you split
0.5.
bitcoins in half?
Oh yeah,
Or- Okay.
0.0001 bitcoins. That's about what I have. That's my net value.
You heard it here, folks.
What is your income in Bitcoin?
Yes.
1. Wow.
We're in Canada. Yeah.
Okay.
Bitcoin's doing better than our currency. That's
This
for sure.
is going to make everybody across the world happy.
Oh, yeah?
This next story.
What do we got?
Toy maker Lego unveiled its Boost line this week at CES.
Oh yeah.
I know, a set of 840 programmable bricks for your kids to control self-made robots with. Boost comes in 5 kits that include an interactive motor and a color and distance sensor, encoded monitors, tilt sensor, and Bluetooth low energy connection. Programming is drag and drop via iOS and Android tablet. You, or rather your kids, can build and program a robot named Vern, a rover vehicle, an electric guitar, a purring interactive cat-type pet named Frankie, and an automated production line capable of building miniature Lego models. That one's my favorite. Then you'd
That's
never have
cool,
to
yeah.
build any Lego again.
Yeah.
Build one, and then it does the work.
It's like I hope that it subscribes to Asimov's rules because like they're basically creating more robots.
Yeah, if
Right.
the AI takes over, it just makes more of itself.
I feel
We're gonna
like-
have all these miniature Lego robots trying to take over.
I feel like Jeff would have something to say about this. He's like, you're putting the kids out of work.
Jeff, what do you think about that?
Jeff and I are going to get along just fine this week. Due in the second half of 2017, Boost targets those aged 7 and older. So yes, that's you too, mom and dad nerds and life hackers. That's the best. Now, on to an also incredibly childlike situation. Amazon Echo owners have been issued a security warning after a number of devices in America automatically ordered dollhouses being discussed on a TV show.
Oh my gosh.
Can
Wow.
you imagine? That's, I feel like the world is going to go crazy.
Tell us about this.
Okay, so the high-tech gadgets have become a recent and welcome addition to hundreds of thousands of UK homes after being one of the most popular Christmas presents last year. They let owners ask virtual assistant Alexa to carry out tasks, including buying items from the internet using just their voice as a command. But a recent incident involving the gadgets has shown how vulnerable they are to mistakes, which could cost owners dearly. Earlier this week, a San Diego TV station sparked complaints after an on-air report about a girl who ordered a dollhouse via her parents' Amazon Echo caused echoes in viewers' homes to also attempt to order dollhouses. That is right. This is amazing. As voice command purchasing is enabled as a default on the Alexa devices, viewers found that they had mistaken the show for their command and made the purchase. The show depicted a 6-year-old asking her family's new Amazon Echo, "Can you play Dollhouse with me and get me a dollhouse?" The device followed the command, ordering a Kidcraft Sparkle Mansion dollhouse in addition to 4 pounds of sugar cookies.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Can you
That is
imagine? I don't know how
fantastic.
many times, like how many echoes across the state actually did order, but that's a lot of sugar cookies.
That is a lot of
The
sugar.
the Keebler elves are like, wow, things are really booming for after Christmas.
Yeah.
You want to be the company that Alexa defaults to.
Oh, sure.
You want to be
That's
the
true.
dollhouse maker that automatically, can you get me a dollhouse? And just one shows up. That's
Yeah.
you want to be that person.
You want to be that dollhouse.
That's right. The parents featured on the TV program had quickly realized what had happened and have since added a code for purchases to their Amazon Echo. They have also donated the dollhouse to a local children's hospital.
Lesson learned, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, live and learn.
However, viewers watching the segment then found their Alexa gadgets complied with the request and also purchased dollhouses. An Amazon spokesperson said, "You must ask Alexa to order a product and then confirm the purchase with a yes response to purchase via voice."
So what you're saying, Sasha, is Alexa,
Yes.
buy a Raspberry Pi microcomputer 3.0. Yes.
Please.
Did it
That's
happen?
right. Exactly.
Did it do it?
Oh my gosh.
Are we in trouble?
We're
That's
probably
Did we
scary.
just hack Alexa?
What would be great is if that automatically orders it from us.
Yes.
Right?
Use our affiliate link, Alexa.
Oh my gosh.
If you asked Alexa to order something by accident, simply say no when asked to confirm. Experts said the incident highlighted the need for people to password protect their Amazon Echo devices and avoid rogue payments being made.
So true.
You should be doing that. Like, I don't know why anybody...
That's our new commercial. Alexa, buy this, buy that.
Really
Yes.
though, like, will companies
whole
take
commercial.
advantage of it though? Really, like, if that's happening,
Sure.
that's scary.
We talked about it on the show last week, and it came up in the news. The Google, OK Google, obfuscated
That's right.
robot voice, and it starts doing things. So can somebody hack Alexa so that? And he just ordered $1,000 worth of stuff.
Jeez.
Right. If you don't password protect your Alexa device, and if I had one, and if you had friends like
The
me,
order
mine,
process.
if you had friends like mine and had your friends over for a party, you would end up with a ridiculous amount of like obscure things being shipped to your house because they would just sneak on over and whisper.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that.
I had it happen where my kids were playing a game on my phone, and you don't think about it. And it's important to think about this. When I first set up my new phone, it did not have password protection on its ordering process because it's not doing that by default.
Bad news bears.
My son was playing a race car game, and he bought this and that. Oh, you can upgrade to the latest and greatest Jeep. Wow. Wicked. And he clicked it.
Of course.
I got an email from Amazon sitting at my desk at work.
Yeah.
$500 had gone onto my credit card. Like, it was $480 something.
Just
How
like
many
that.
Because he
Bitcoin
just
is
said
that?
yes.
Oh my gosh.
0.8.
He
Not
just
even.
kept, of course, just agreeing.
Kept saying
because-
yes. Yeah, I
Right.
want to buy that.
Yeah.
Every level. Yeah, I want
Well,
to
it's
buy
so
that.
simple, right? You just push one button and there you go.
Yeah.
Right? And it's... Wow.
So put a password. So last night, Becca wanted to put an app on her phone that cost money. So the first thing I did was say, always ask me for my password
That's good.
when I put my credit card information into the phone.
So when Becca buys it, she always has to ask you?
So that when the kids are playing on her phone,
No, I know.
she knows my password.
Yes.
Yeah.
Google has quietly dropped a bombshell about the future of its chat client Hangouts. From April 25th, the Hangouts service API is to be shut down as the company pushes Hangouts towards enterprise while pushing social use on newer apps, Allo and Duo. This could be seen as a quiet own goal for Google. Migrating users to a different messaging client may alienate them altogether, and a straw poll has seen most moving towards WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger rather than Google replacements. As of now, there's facility to build new apps within the Hangouts API, and Google has confirmed a reprieve for certain integrations such as Slack, Hangouts, on-air tools, and dialing into a call. In reality, what it represents is another tiny piece of the Google Plus layer being detangled as the company continues to reorganize its social layer. In an email to developers, Google explains this API was originally intended to support social scenarios for consumer users as part of Google+, whereas Hangouts is now turning to focus on enterprise use cases. Some users have speculated that this represents a long, slow death for Hangouts, but Google has continuously and strenuously denied it, though they'd much rather you use Allo for personal conversations. I will tell you, I have Hangouts. I rarely use it, but I have Hangouts.
Yeah?
Well, until April 25th. But what do you do? Thanks for watching the Category5.tv newsroom. Don't forget to like and subscribe for all your tech news with a slight Linux bias. And for more free content, be sure to visit our website. From the Category5.tv newsroom, I'm Sasha Dermatis.
Thanks, Sasha. This is Category 5 Technology TV, and you'll find our website at www.category5.tv. Are you ready to face swap? We're using an app called Face Swap Live. Sasha, get over here a little bit because you're getting cut off there. We've got Face Swap Live here. We've got the ability to swap faces or swap faces in a photo.
Wow.
Now, Face Swap Live is available as a free version on either iOS or Android. Here we're on Android on my phone. And when I click on it to Face Swap, you'll see that I start to see a border around my face. Do you guys see that?
Oh,
Now
yeah.
it tells me, okay, move 2 faces into the scene. Sasha, do you want to get in on this action?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Can it see my face?
Face swap. Face swap.
Oh, you had my face for a second.
For a second. Ready? Ready? Smile. Oh, did I get it? No. It's phased out. Okay, hold it back. Hold it back.
there we go.
Oh, we are lovely. Okay.
That's beautiful.
Ah, there it is. Okay.
10 out of
Henry,
10.
get in on this action.
Okay.
This is Face Swap
guys.
Live. Oh, boy.
That actually works.
Another one. That's amazing.
We're having too much fun on this show.
So, Face Swap Live in real time allows you to swap faces with your friends. The kids absolutely adore it. You can download it for free. And of course, there is a commercial version that gives you some extra features that you don't normally have in the free version. That is faceswaplive.com. Make sure you check it out. It is so much fun.
I have identical twin sisters.
Yeah?
You've met Colleen before.
Yeah,
I don't
try
know
it
that-
out.
Have you met
See what
Beth?
happens.
No, well, they have done a face swap before.
Yes.
And it's funny because they are identical.
They look identical
They
in
are
person.
identical in person.
Right.
Wow.
But in face swap, it's still kind of creepy.
Really?
Yeah, I love
Isn't that neat?
Face swap is like slightly uncomfortable at all times.
It's painless, though. That's the good news.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. We're going to do things like put like kiss rock star kind of face on
Yeah.
me and do the rock star thing. There's a ton of stuff you can do with that app that is so much fun. You can put yourself. You can actually in real time. You can actually change your own face using masks. So watch this. If I switch to a mask, I think it's going to.
Oh, it has like a little library of stuff you can choose from.
It does. It still wants 2 faces.
Oh.
Well, you know what?
Oh, yeah. Maybe it wants 2 faces and then.
Oh, there
mask.
we go. Okay. Oh
my gosh.
The kitten is me. Okay. There we go.
That's kind of scary.
Phases in and out. But there's me as a kitten
That's...
or a puppy dog. Or what am I going to look like when I'm old? That's apparently it. So you can see how it kind of phases in and out, but it is really, really good for real time. And then I can just take a snapshot and boom, I've got a picture. Okay.
That reminds me of that Halloween special.
You ready, Sasha?
Sure,
Yeah, it kind of does.
New profile picture for
Oh,
Facebook.
it gives me a mustache.
Nice. You got a mustache? Sweet. Okay, what do you want to be?
10 out of 10.
Yeah, so that's the mask feature. We can do stuff like this in real time,
Oh,
right?
I like this one.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, okay.
Technology.
Like Day of the Dead.
Yes.
I look like a sad panda Day of the Dead, though.
Oh.
there.
But gone are the days where you have to spend a whole lot of time in Photoshop or something like that
It
in
happens.
order to achieve
It's
this.
spontaneous. Like, it's right on the spot.
Boom, just like that. It's a lot of fun. FaceSwapLive.com. Let's move on. Okay.
Okay.
Tonight we're going to look at, you ready for this? If you are a web designer or you have a blog, Dennis Kelly has a blog. Dennis, post your link in the chat room there, Category 5 on Freenode. With your blog, Dennis, you're going to need to use featured images. You've got to add a featured image so that when someone shares your posts, it puts that picture with the blog.
Oh, yeah, and it helps with, like, search engine optimization, too,
Sure
right?
does.
So
people like to click on stuff that has a great looking image. Boop. Now, your blog so far has images with it, so make sure you set one as the featured image. But what do you do when you just write something and you don't have something to associate with it as far as the look goes? You
Right.
need an image. You need a stock image in a lot of cases. But you go on to iStock Photo, you're going to pay $30 for a picture
yikes.
just
That's-
so that your blog looks a little better.
Man, that's...
You're going to pay, $20 to some for this. Yeah, I'm totally for paying photographers what they're worth and everything, but we're talking, you just need something quick. You need something cheap and dirty. That's where Creative Commons comes in. So there is a stock imagery website that is licensed under CC0. What does that mean? You can use it free,
Right.
no payment, on both personal and commercial websites.
Hey,
Wow.
that is great.
That's
Okay.
useful.
Or commercial use. It doesn't even say websites, just commercial use. If you want to use it on a billboard,
Go ahead.
go ahead. But what CC0 also says is no attribution required.
So no credit.
You do not have to, anywhere on your site, put a link to them. You don't have to give credit where credit's due, while I encourage that,
Right.
while I do encourage that, this site gives us an opportunity to get real, legitimate, licensed, free photographs for our projects. So think about pixels. Pixels are something that you're familiar with, but head on over to Pexels, PEXELS.com, and what would we normally look for in a stock photo?
Something from the newsroom, likely.
Yeah? So
Yes.
let's say Android phone. And there we go. Here are some Pexels, some free stock images that are provided for us
Look at that.
that we can download. So there's a great one. Look at that. So it's
That
a
is-
free download.
No way.
Yeah, okay. Look at the license. CC0 license. Free for personal and commercial use, no attribution required. You can learn more about the license, but you're just going to go, oh, that is simple. That's all there is to it. And it basically says everything that I just told you. Okay, so in a situation like this, of course, we're expecting that, I obviously still have to give them my credit card. I still have to sign up for an account of some sort. I see some Squarespace things there. Oh, wait, those are ads. That's how they're paying for it.
Right.
But,
There you
okay,
go.
let's see the process here. I'm expecting I'm going to have to go through some hoopla here in order to gain access to this photo. So let's see what we have. Let's do this drop down. Okay, so we have access to 640 by 426. And now we usually want to get the highest resolution. So 6,000 by 4,000. I guarantee you iStock is going to charge us pretty penny for a full resolution image like that. They charge a little less on some sites, not iStock. They charge the same across the board. But some sites will charge less for the smaller images. In this particular case, hey, it's free. Okay, let's choose 6,000 by 4,000. How much are we going to have to enter as far as our personal information? Let's see. What?
What? Are you
Wow.
kidding me?
What?
How can they? How can they do that, Robbie?
That resolution.
This
And
is
it's free.
It's free.
And there's unlimited, right? You don't have to sign
Pexels.
up.
You don't have to sign up. There is no limitation on how many you can download. It's Pexels.com. PEXELS.
that is awesome.
Fantastic resource.
Thanks for the tip.
Okay.
Right.
Now we're going to take that image that we just found of an Android phone, and we're going to jump over to our GIMP tutorials. It is week 15 in our 20 weeks of GIMP tips. You thought we forgot about it. We got real busy over the Christmas break and over the past couple of months, but we're back. And it is time for number 15. So I've got this image from Pexels.com, which I'm going to now throw on my desktop here. And what we're looking at tonight on our GIMP tip is what's called a layer, not a layer mask, but a selection mask.
Right.
And what it allows us to do is essentially paint our selection. Sometimes it's hard to pull stuff out of a photo. We want to make that super, super simple. So let's jump over to my laptop here. I'm running Linux, but the GIMP GNU image manipulation program is available on Windows, Linux, and Mac. It's a free download. There is no charge for this software. So there we have it. So if we wanted to pull this out of the image, get rid of the background, and use just the hand holding the phone, typically, people would start messing with things like the magic wand and trying to click around to remove
Right.
the background, and that's just messy and never a good idea. Let's deselect everything. We're going to go select none. The next thing that we might try to do is use our free select tool, which allows us in many, many cases to, let's get in there and let's see how I can navigate here because I'm on a touchpad. I'm not actually on a mouse tonight. So, and then you're going to try to trace around like this. Oh my goodness, I'm so off the line. If you're really good, you're going to know that with that free select tool, you can click on one corner and then move over here and then click on the next. How cool is that? Very time consuming. Oh my goodness, to get around even the simple edge of a phone. Oh, okay.
Right. That's mostly straight lines, and it would still take hours.
It would still take you a long
would-
time, especially
Yeah.
if you're getting around something that has more detail than that. So what we're going to look at is what's called the Quick Mask Selection tool, and that you'll find at the lower left-hand side of your GIMP window. So a lot of people may not know that it even exists. If you're coming from Photoshop, you know that
Oh,
hitting
yeah.
Q is going to bring up your Quick Mask Selection tool. In the GIMP, it's Shift Q, but your temptation is to hit the Photoshop hotkey if you're used to Photoshop.
Yeah.
Or you can simply click on that icon in the lower left. So here's what we're going to do. First of all, I'm going to show you the two methods of using the quick mask selection tool. So I'm going to hit that button down there, and you'll see that the whole image turns red. That tells us that the whole image is not selected. So I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to hit Control-A to select all. And now when I hit that tool, you'll notice that nothing is colored red because everything is selected. So when we know that whatever is colored red is not going to be selected. Whatever is not colored is going to be selected.
Oh, okay.
So keep that in the back of your mind. So there are a couple of ways that we can do this. Either we can paint in our object, which is a nice, easy way to do it. So we're going to actually use a paintbrush. Let's pick something with a nice soft edge because we don't want to have to be too precise. And I just start painting like this. Okay.
Wow.
Now keep in mind, I'm not using a mouse. I'm just using the touchpad on my computer, my laptop computer here. So my precision is going to be pretty miserable right now. Okay, so forgive me. If you've got a mouse, you're going to be able to do a lot better job. You can hit Shift plus and get right in there, and all you do, you just keep painting. It's literally as easy as painting with red. Okay. Hit minus to zoom out, and we're going to just paint around like that. You can get the fingers if you want, and so on. Okay, let's just grab the phone.
It looks like they dipped their phone in a Raspberry Pi.
All right, I could make that a little larger, and honestly, I'm literally just painting here. Okay,
Nice and simple.
nice and simple indeed. Okay, so I've done a really sloppy job. That was my disclaimer off the top. Okay. I'm going like this. Going like this on my touchpad.
Effort was
I could
made.
use a
much
mouse pad.
better.
Graphic designers, you probably use a mouse or a tablet, like a Wacom or something like that. You're going to be able to get some better precision here, folks. Okay, so I'm going to turn back off my quick mask tool, and you'll see now I've got a really sloppy, awesome selection around that. But keep in mind, my phone is deselected. So if I copy to my clipboard and paste, then create a new layer, so that's Control-C, Control-V, now you'll see that what I actually copied was the opposite of the phone, because what I painted in is deselected. Okay, so what we do when we do it that way, let's go back to our selection. There it is. So now I'm going to use my select tool. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go select, invert, and then copy and paste. And then layer new. This is only to demonstrate for you what I've copied.
Bam!
And you see that by painting over it like that,
Look at
I've
that.
been able to do that. Sloppiest quick mask sample ever.
What a lovely phone you have there.
It works.
Yes.
It's melted. We left it in the sun.
We're using a free stock image from pexels.com and the free GNU image manipulation program. I wish someone would send me a free mouse, and then we'd be able to really, really exemplify the quality here.
This is amazing.
So that's it. It's a nice, simple tool, but it's something you need to learn on the GNU image manipulation program. It's going to help you a lot when it comes to getting in there and just painting those fine details around the edge, creating a selection, pulling the backgrounds out, being able to pull the background out of, say, a box shot. If you've got a product that you want to demonstrate, hey, get in there, paint around the edge, pull it out, put it onto a new background, put it on a gradient or something like that. It's going to look beautiful. That's the GNU image manipulation program from GIMP.org. We have to take a really quick break. When we come back, we're going to save that as a PNG image, which is lossless, but it keeps that alpha layer so that we can then take that and move it on to another background. But the problem is that the files are huge. If you're using them on web, you know that PNG files are quite large. We're going to learn how to compress those, bring them down in size by about 80%. So stick around.
Jeff Weston,
Yeah, man.
you're building a brand new, beautiful website,
What?
aren't you?
No. Am I?
Oh, you're a terrible actor.
What?
This is where acting comes into play.
Oh, I didn't know we were acting.
You're supposed to act.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Yeah, I'm building a really cool website. Are you building a really cool website? You need hosting. One of the things about a hosting account is you don't want to have limitations put on your website.
It's true.
How much hard drive space do you have? How many email accounts? How many domains can point to it? Well, we've got an amazing deal for you. For a very limited time, cat5.tv/dreamhost for just $5 and a bit of change per month. you are going to get unlimited website hosting, unlimited email accounts on that hosting service. You are also going to receive a free domain name.
Ooh.
So your own .com.
Nice.
To put that amazing website that you've been working on
True.
there. If you want to build a WordPress site, fine. Sign up, cat5.tv/dreamhost.
Just don't put Panama Papers on it.
Just don't do it. But hey, it's a great deal, folks. Best deal you're going to find. $5 and change per month. Go to cat5.tv/dreamhost. Welcome back. This is Category 5 Technology TV. Welcome to the show. My name's Robbie Ferguson.
I am Sasha Dermatis.
I'm Henry Baillie Brown.
Category5.tv is a member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Cat5.tv/TPN and the International Association of Internet Broadcasters. Cat5.tv/IAIB.
Jeff is here in spirit. He's on a beach somewhere. That was his input.
That's right.
Thanks,
Amazing.
Jeff. Just likes to rub it in every couple of minutes.
Oh,
Make an
yeah.
appearance.
He's, good job, Jeff. Actually, I'm super happy he's there because
I
the
am
weather
too.
here has been
We joke.
miserable.
Yeah.
They left yesterday, and we got freezing rain. We had crazy weather. 2 days of bus cancellations.
We had to skate here.
We actually, I warned you folks coming into the studio that we've got about this much ice coming in. Nobody slipped?
Right. What was funny is I thought you were making fun of me
No.
when you did
no,
that.
I was absolutely
like,
not.
Haha,
I was
Sasha,
concerned
don't
for your
fall.
well-being.
I'm like, why? Because you know
Honestly.
I'm a slippy walker? But
No,
it
I
actually
just-
is really, really icy out there.
Dangerous out there in Barrie. Okay, we're going to get right back into our final demonstration here tonight. We've worked with Ping images before. If you've got a website and you want to work with alpha layers, it's really a great thing to be able to do. So
yeah.
what that means is, if you look at this really sloppy job that I did in the GIMP of cutting this phone out of, don't mind the fact that I did a sloppy job. I did that with my touchpad, all right? If you had a mouse, you'd be able to do a much nicer job. You see that alpha layer? What is nice about an alpha layer is it lets you throw a nice background behind that image. So no matter what it is, you'll see, if you go to our website, for example, category5.tv, what do you have? You've got this big image in the background, and you've got our logo up at the top left, and it is transparent. It has an alpha layer. But the compromise is that Ping images are quite pretty large.
Oh, yeah,
the
they can
file
be.
size. So that slows down websites if you have too many of them and they're too big. But it also makes it so that it's pretty frustrating for people using a mobile device on a
Oh, the
slower
data,
network.
right?
The data that they're using. I can't believe you made me say data. That's his name. That's not how I say database. But you did it.
Got a bell. Yes.
Being able to put anything in the background is fantastic, especially for web,
Oh, yeah.
because you can change out the background. You can do whatever you want or layer things on top of one another. But also it doesn't tie you to any particular background. The old day, the front page days, we used to have to put a background behind our images. And then if we changed the background, we had to recreate all those images.
Many steps.
Gone are those days. Pings are big, though. So let's get a look at this particular image, but let's treat it as a ping. I'm going to save this to my desktop. Now, this is a rather huge image, so this is going to be a significantly large file, but let's do this just for fun so that you can see the difference here. So we're going to say, I'm going to create a folder called test. Okay, and we're going to save this as our master image, so we're going to call this master.ping, and we're saving it as a ping so that we maintain that alpha layer. So if I jump over as that's saving to my desktop and I see the test folder, there it is. And if I view not as I want to view it as lists instead of icons. So I can see that that's 4.9 megabytes. So if I click on it, there it is. It has the alpha layer. It does not actually have that grid as a part of the image itself. What it means when you see that is that you can now paint behind it. So let's say I create, and now I've got that ping file. I can create a transparent layer behind it in the GNU image manipulation program, and I can add a gradient, and now I've got this behind it. Okay, see how I can just at will change the background without affecting the foreground. It's a beautiful thing, but pings are huge. So let's say, let's fill that background with white, and let's save it as a JPEG to show you what we typically tend to do we're going to go with a lossy JPEG image. And let's say we really want this to be smaller, so we're going to set the quality very low to 60. Okay, so the higher that number, the better the quality. But let's export that file, and you'll see at 60%, well, let's leave that open actually, just so that we can work with it. At 60% quality, it is 527.7 kilobytes. So it is significantly smaller file size, but the quality is significantly different as well. So here's the ping. Let's get in there at full resolution. See the Chrome icon is very, very nice and crisp. Let's jump back to my JPEG and get in there at full resolution, and we start to see some jagged edges, especially that browser one. We can see some lossiness on there. And so you really start to see a difference in the quality. Okay, you're going to see that even more significantly, I think, in web-sized images. So let's do that. Let's pull up that image again, and let's resize this for web. And we'll go, let's say 600 pixels by 400 pixels, and scale that. Okay, I'm going to scale. That's not to scale. Let's overwrite our master JPEG file, and then turn off the alpha layer. Let's see the actual size, and let's save that as a ping. Okay, and this initial step is so that we can really get a comparison of the various formats and see that, hey, ping is always a heck of a lot bigger as far as the size goes. So our JPEG now is itty-bitty tiny like that, but it's 12.8 kilobytes. Our ping is significantly more, 98.4 kilobytes. There's the ping. Let's bring up the JPEG. And let's get in there, and we're gonna use digital zoom 3. You know what? Let's bring it up full screen, and let's get in there. So there's the ping. Let's look at the JPEG. There it is. So the JPEG, you can't even read the text. The ping, it's quite a bit clearer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you see the lossiness on the JPEG? See all that, and lossiness means, see all that pixelation and weird stuff there that's happening on the image? And then switch back to the ping. And even though the ping is a little bit fuzzy, it's not getting that blocky artifacting. And in fact, I can still see the clock here and read it. There's back to the JPEG. Back to the ping. So the JPEG is significantly smaller than the ping, but one, we lose the alpha layer.
Yeah.
So we lose that transparency, but two, it also becomes very, highly less quality. It's very lossy as far as formats go. So we want to work with that ping file, but how do we actually get that smaller? Now, when I saved it as a ping, you'll see export as master.ping, replace, and what am I doing here? Well, I am compressing with a compression level of 9. That's the highest that it can be. If I went any lower than that, the file's actually going to be bigger. So ping compression is neat because it allows the ping file to be smaller in size, but it is still lossless. You don't lose any quality whatsoever. It's at the behest of, it will actually take a little bit of a CPU hit on your browser because it has to then decompress once it's finished downloading. But it downloads a lot quicker, so it's it's which one is more important to you. Quick download is probably the one. So with this, that's as small as GIMP can make that file using full compression on that file. I could turn off a couple of the other things, save background color. We definitely need to, well, you know what? We don't need to keep that because it's alpha layer, it's transparent. Save resolution, save creation time. We don't need that information. Save color values for transparent pixels. We don't need that either because they're transparent. Let's export that and see if it made any difference. So head back to our file, and the file is still 98.4 kilobytes. So the most compressed we can get that ping image is still going to be 98.4 kilobytes. It's quite large compared to the 12 kilobytes of the JPEG. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to do this in the terminal because, hey, our patrons are saying we want to see more Linux stuff. We want to get into the terminal. We want to see some of this stuff.
All right.
We appreciate your feedback, folks. If you are a patron, you know that we're in the middle of polling you for information about what do you want to see on the show because, hey, our patrons get first dibs. So Linux is one of those things. Let's jump into the terminal and see how we are going to do this. Whoop, wrong screenshot. Sorry about that, folks.
Whoops.
There we go. Okay, so we're going to jump into the terminal here. I'm on Ubuntu Mate, and this is running great on my laptop. All right, so let's go onto my desktop, and I called that folder test. There are our files. If I do an LAH, I can see we don't need the double H. That was just a typo. It's okay. So we can see the 97K file. So there's a program that I am going to install, and this particular program is going to give us the capability to compress that file lossy, but not as lossy as JPEG, and still maintain the ping file extension and still maintain the alpha layer.
Wow, okay.
Okay, this is perfect
That's
for
awesome.
web. Perfect for web. So we're going to go sudo apt-get update. That's the first thing that we want to do. Enter our password. What that does is it looks at the repositories and it grabs all the latest file information so that we get the latest version of what we want. Think of the word quantize, and that's what we're going to think about when we say ping quant. Okay, so PNG QUANT. So that's the program we want. Sudo apt-get install ping quant. All right. You can find out more about that on their GitHub page, but there it is. It's installing on my computer. There we have it. So I've got the two files. Let's look at it with an LAH again so that we can see the file size is 97K, and let's type ping quant. You'll see that gives us the options that we can use. So we're going to say ping quant, and we're going to say --ext new.ping, just like the example. And what that does is it adds new.ping to my file name, so that if I look at this, it's going to be master new.ping when it's output. Then we're going to say quality. And we're going to start with the minimum, so we want this to be at least 60%, because that's what we did with JPEG. And then at most, let's say 80, because we don't want to go much higher than that, because then the file is going to be large. Then the speed. Do you want it to be super, super, super fast? That's going to cause it to be fast. We can go up to 11, but it's going to lose a lot of quality. Sometimes it's better to go slow because you're going to get better quality. So we're going to actually say, you know what? I don't need speed. It's not going to take long anyways. Let's do speed 1. We're going to go as slow as this bad boy can go. And we're going to do that so that we get the best possible quality. And then we're going to say the input file name, which is master.ping. Now remember, I don't need to specify an export file name because I've already specified --ext new.ping. Hit enter, and it's done. So even at its slowest speed, it was instantaneous. So why go any faster than that? Let's jump back. You know what? I'm going to still do the terminal ls-lah. Master new.ping is only 23 kilobytes. 23 kilobytes down from 98.
Wow.
So we expect that, okay, the quality is going to be really low.
Yeah, that's what you'd think.
We would think that. Let's take a look at our files here. Go back to our GUI. Here's our master.ping. Remember what happened when we did it with master.jpg? Let's do the same test with master new.ping. First of all, what we noticed with master new.ping is we have maintained our alpha layer. Okay? Jump back to the main master ping. This is the full quality one. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go back to this one. What are you giggling about? Chat room?
Yeah.
Oh, you chat room.
Nuances. I'm not sure any compression
1, 2,
will
3,
hurt that
4,
phone
5,
image.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Shot to the heart.
Senor Wences, did I mention I had to use my touchpad? Robbie didn't bring a mouse to this Rumble, okay? So, cool it. I'm so kidding. All right, let's jump over to there. That's our master.ping, and there is our master new.ping. Oh, let me alt-tab. It keeps wanting to go there. Okay, so master new.ping. Look at that. I can still read the clock. There's master, not compressed, 98K. Still read the clock. There is not a significant difference between them. I can see, so this is the original. I can see, look at the Google search bar. At the very bottom of that, if I switch back to the compressed version, I start to see a little bit of aliasing there, which means that the line of that search bar is ever so slightly staircasing. But from my perspective, looking at that on the web, seeing that on your website at the at that difference in size. So there's the new one. Looks beautiful. And there's the original. You can't beat it. That's Ping.
Wow.
Ping Quant. It's available on other platforms as well. We're showing it to you on Linux, but you can also get it on Mac and Windows. And you can go on to github.com and do a quick search for PNG QUANT if you want to compile it from source, learn more about the project, learn some of the commands that you can use, or submit your own pull requests. Hey,
There you go.
Essentially on Linux, you can install it just directly from your favorite package manager, Ping Quant, and that's going to compress those down. They say between 60 to 80% from
amazing.
your ping file.
That's incredible.
And I could have gone lower. I could have gone with a very, very low quality, and you can experiment.
Right.
You could start
How low
with
can you
10% and go up to 40
Wow.
and see the difference. And if I did that, because there's time,
Just because.
I'm going to say the it's going to be new 2.ping. Let's do it. 1040. Rendered. Done. That file is now 19.9 kilobytes and looks like that.
Wow.
Looks like that, folks. So play around with the settings. Hey, start at 1, work your way up to 10, and enjoy. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight.
Yeah.
Can't
What?
believe that the hour has gone by just like that, but we had a lot to cover tonight. I
Time
hope you had
flies.
fun. When you're having fun. Did you have fun? Comment below. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. Please do.
Tell us how amazingly fun this episode was, because it was.
Just share it. Just share it with all your friends and family. Just,
Tell everybody how funny I am. Pretty much.
Also, I appreciate all the comments that we're receiving and letting us know what you think about the new set, what we can do better, how we can improve things. Do keep in mind that this show itself costs us money, and if you're going to be buying things on Amazon, if you're going to be buying things on eBay or Newegg or any of our partners, please go to our website first, category5.tv, click on support us, and you'll find many ways to do it, but click on our partner links and you'll be able to do your regular shopping, and a percentage of those sales goes to support Category 5 Technology TV. And in addition, we appreciate all of our contributors as well via PayPal in our tip jar, or our patrons. We really greatly appreciate you. Is now a good time just to quickly drop our new contest just before we wrap up?
Just before we wrap up, I think it's the perfect time.
Save the best for last.
The
Save
new
the best for
contest.
last.
There you go.
Here we go.
We have decided that in order... Now, here's the thing. Patronage is lower than we would like. Plain and simple. Our patrons know that. I received an email from a patron the other day that said, why aren't more people supporting this show? Why aren't there more patrons? And I'd like to know the same thing, and maybe it's not, we try to represent our needs, and so that you know, if you have the means to give $1 an episode, then please become a patron, absolutely. But here's the thing, when I look at the number of patrons that we have, and the fact that we set a goal of 100 patrons, and said,
Right.
we'll send prizes when we have 100 patrons, and we're not near there, we're going to decrease that to 50.
Right.
Okay? So we're cutting that in half. The first 50 patrons on our Patreon profile are going to be entered into a draw. Now, what we're doing differently, because so much time has gone by and we haven't achieved our goal, what we're going to do differently is we're doing what we are deeming as a prize box, a prize bin.
Amazing idea.
get a little
Explain it a
package.
little.
You don't.
Explain it a little.
But here's the thing. Our promotion was, hey, we're going to send you a micro drone. Okay?
Wow.
You and I? Yes.
Yeah.
You and I? Yeah, bring it on. But maybe you aren't really flabbergasted about flying a micro drone. Maybe you can think of someone to give it to or whatever.
You're crazy.
Just to use that as an example. Yeah. Just to use that as an example. Don't listen to her. Please contribute. You're not crazy. You are perfectly normal. But here's the thing. What we decided is we're going to take that micro drone, we're going to put it in a box and call it our prize box. But then we're going to take other prizes, and we're also going to put those in the box. We're going to put a Chipolo in the box. We're going to put Amazon gift cards in that box. And when you win, so rather than saying you're going to win a teeny drone, we're going to say, no, you're winning access to the prize box. And you, our viewers, get to pick the prize that you want to go home with, and we will send it to you. So that's how things are going to work. Please become a patron. It's Category 5 on Patreon. So you go patreon.com/Category 5. And once we hit 50, and we're almost there, then we're going to conduct our first draw. From there, we are going to be doing this on a regular basis, not just for patrons, but also for everyone else. But we're giving our patrons first dibs. So there you have it, folks. Get on to patreon.com/Category 5, and thank you to everyone for your support up to this point. And moving forward, here's to a wonderful year.
Yes.
2017 is
So exciting.
Best one yet.
So far, so good. Henry, it's been a pleasure having you here, man. Thank you so much.
You know
for
what?
coming on
It's
this
always a
co-host.
pleasure to be with you guys. You guys and gals are all amazing. Thanks again for having me again.
Cheers.
Happy 2017.
Sasha, always a pleasure.
Yeah, I'm here every week.
Every week.
Sasha. Oh.
And you. I hope you're here. I hope you are here every week to join us and participate in the fun. And we look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday night. So have a great week. Take care.
Thanks, everybody.